Hello my peaches, what's up? I am Pratha and welcome to today's video. I promised you guys that I will be doing a body mist version of bridal fragrances for sure, and this is it. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some body mists that are bridal friendly or are for the brides out there. I have really tried including different types of fragrances in here so that you can get a variety to choose from, that which kind of fragrance you want for your own self. So yes, with that and without any more delays, let's get started with this video and roll the intro. Let's start off with this obvious one, which is Wedding a Day from Body Fantasies. Now, I have to say that this is not the best quality out there, and when I reviewed Body Fantasies body mists, I clearly stated that you are getting what you are paying for. You are not getting the highest quality out there. This is the kind of quality. I would not call them super synthetic because I have came across very bad and very synthetic smelling fragrances. These are not that bad, but these are not as refined or as fine as Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works. So yes, but for the price that you're paying for, these are quite good. I would again like to say that. So if you're really on a budget and you're looking for a kind of a soapy, floral, musky fragrance, then do look into Wedding Day. It's a fragrance that smells like Pantene or Sunsilk shampoo straight up. That's the kind of fragrance I get in it. It's straight up Pantene or a Sunsilk shampoo in here, which is super good, which is super fresh. If you are somebody who likes that kind of vibe for your wedding day and you're looking for a fruity floral fragrance to layer with your perfume and to make your fragrance last long, but you're really on a budget and you want to keep things under, let's say, 500 for a body mist, you can definitely look in the direction of Wedding Day from Body Fantasies, and you will not go wrong with it because this is one fragrance which smells so damn good in here. I genuinely like it quite a lot because we do come across different kind of soapy or shampooy fragrances, but a spot on Pantene shampoo is not something that I have came across. So I really appreciate that fact about this, that it smells like that, and I really like it. And because they have a synthetic base to them, I would not deny from that. So because of that synthetic base, they also last quite long because of that syntheticness. So yeah, that's that about Wedding Day. And now moving on. Now, one obvious body mist that I would like to talk about, which you can also wear as a perfume because it lasts quite long, is Into the Night. For all those asking me when it is going to be back in stock or a dupe for this, I would like to say that it's very much back on the website and I already knew it. You just need to be a little patient with the core line. Core line never goes out of the website, it always comes back. Probably they were planning on changing the packaging, or they did not have the stock at that time, but it always comes back. Let me read out the notes to you. It has the notes of raspberry noir, velvety rose petals, and creamy patchouli. Now, this is a non-sweet and very husky, musky, woody, sexy, dark, fruity fragrance in here. So this is not a body mist. This is a perfume in a body mist bottle, and I just feel that if you put this one on, it is enough in itself to make you smell sexy and potent at the same time and get you noticed by your partner. And this is one fragrance that you would wear on a sexy date or on a club night, or probably just, wearing a black dress with golden jewelry and going out for a fancy dinner with your husband. This is a sexy bride on a nighttime date kind of a fragrance in my personal opinion, and could not leave it out because I have not brought this one back on the channel from a very long time and I've not expressed my love for this. But yes, I have to say this, that every single time I have put on this fragrance, my husband has noticed it, even when he does not notice my fragrances that much, but this one never goes unnoticed. So I just wanted to put it out there. And it also lasts quite long. It can easily give you 7 to 8 hours. So this is for my sexy brides out there. Next up, I have Rouge Elixir from Victoria's Secret. Let's hope that this will come back in the semi-annual sale. It has the notes of red currants, almond cream, and absolute decadent. I could have picked up Forever Red from Bath and Body Works, but I do not really gravitate towards that fragrance that much. On the other hand, this fragrance kind of speaks to me, although they are almost in the similar family kind of fragrances. But this one speaks to me more. The almond cream in it really does it for me. So it's a fragrance which kind of starts with fresh red currants, and it's very, very bright, very, very fresh. Probably some citrusiness as well added to it, like that of clementines, like that sweet citrusiness with red currants, which is not mentioned in here, but I'm totally smelling it. And then later on, it kind of turns dense and sweet and creamy because of that almond cream. So it becomes a very beautiful, fruity, creamy, nutty kind of fragrance, more like a smooth, sweet red currant fragrance. It totally gives me romantic vibes. It gives me bridal vibes. It always comes off as a very, very beautiful and feminine, slightly mature, like definitely somebody who is stepping into a marriage and is mature enough that she has taken a decision for her life. So yes, that kind of mature, but in a very fun and romantic way, like a light-hearted romantic day or night for sure. So that kind of vibe it gives me. So it's a very light-hearted romantic kind of fragrance which always impresses me, and it's so beautiful. It's great for all year round, and this is a fragrance you cannot go wrong with, and you will smell super romantic putting this one on. So if romance is the priority in your life and you're the romantic bride, do look into Rouge Elixir, and this can also be a great layering fragrance for sure. So yes, I really hope that this comes back in semi-annual sale, and whenever it does, grab this if you like that kind of romantic vibe. Now let's talk about an all year round fragrance, which is Bare Vanilla from Victoria's Secret. It has the notes of whipped vanilla and soft cashmere, and I just feel that this is a fragrance which is your simple but like a slightly perfumey take on a basic vanilla fragrance. It's a fuzzy vanilla, it's a sweet white sugary fuzzy vanilla. All the other variants in Bare Vanilla are more of this brown sugary vanilla, but I just feel that Bare Vanilla, the original, is more of a white sugary vanilla, which makes it an all year round fragrance and a very safe vanillic fragrance. So it's really interesting. It kind of smells like your skin smelling of vanilla from within, but with a slight perfumey hint in it. So that's the kind of fragrance in here. And if you are a vanilla girl and you want to smell of vanilla on your wedding day, or let's say even later on your other functions and occasions, and when you're around people and meeting people and you want to smell like a true vanilla, then you definitely can look into this one, or use it as a layering combination with your other vanilla perfumes, which I have mentioned in the bridal fragrances, bridal perfumes video.
How can I leave behind You're the One from Bath and Body Works? This is one fragrance which is an impressive fragrance for sure. It's mature, it's sexy, it is grown up, but flirty. I mean, it is a package in itself. It's a beautiful combination of strawberry nectar and rose, but let me clear it out right here that it's not similar to Gingham Gorgeous. It's a fragrance of its own, it's deeper, and it is a more mature take for sure on a rose and strawberry combination. And I really, really like it and would highly recommend you to buy it because this is one of those body mists which lasts very, very long. So if you're looking for a typical floral, beautiful, feminine, mature, and sexy fragrance, do not miss out on You're the One. It's a must grab kind of fragrance.
Let's talk about Sol de Janeiro 62. Now, I just want to say that I am talking about these body mists from the point of view of either layering with your perfumes or wearing them after wedding, not like the wedding day. If they're for the wedding day, then they can be a supporting fragrance to your perfume. Or if you want to wear them as a fragrance, then do that after the wedding when you are around people, meeting people, don't want to choke them out with your fragrance, but then still want to smell subtle and nice. Or if you're on your honeymoon, for those situations, I am suggesting these fragrances and body mists. So Sol de Janeiro 62 is a very, very beautiful fragrance which has the notes of pistachio, salted caramel, and so much more like heliotrope, jasmine petals, vanilla, and sandalwood and almond. This is a very, very nice, dry, kind of sweet, like it's a mix of sandalwood, pistachio, almond. Let's just say that this is a powder made out of those dry fruits and sandalwood, all of that mixed together, and then some caramel fragrance sprayed onto it. And that powder is now smelling sweet and slightly fresh and slightly perfumy at the same time, but has this dry nuttiness to it. So that is what it smells like to me. It's nice. It's a great beach fragrance. If you're going on a beachy honeymoon or on a tropical honeymoon, this will be a nice fragrance to put on, and it will definitely smell very, very beautiful on you. And since we are on the topic of this, I would like to mention Sunset Glow from Bath and Body Works, which is somewhere on the same lines. It has the notes of fresh coconut, sparkling cherry, saltazar, dreamy moonflower, and caramelized vanilla. This also kind of smells similar to Shirro 62, but not exactly same. That one is like a powdery nutty fragrance. This on the other hand is more like a, this is basically like a slightly different fragrance, somewhere in the same lines but slightly different, and it kind of comes off as a bright, like that nuttiness has been created by using the coconut note, but then this is brighter, fresher, and lighter. In my personal opinion, I would say this is a much more fun take on Shirosa 62. But to my nose, this is a different fragrance and this is a different fragrance. But definitely in the air, they would smell like they are kind of similar. But up close, this is a dry, nutty powder to me. And the powderiness in this one is missing. So this is more like a fresh, bright, suntan, musky fragrance to me. So that's the difference I feel between them. But somewhere on the same lines, not exactly same, I would still like to say that. So if you're on a vacation and you want to smell like this suntan lotion but sweet and fresh and nice and a little different, like a little different take on a tropical fragrance, if that is what you're looking for your honeymoon and you really want to grab the attention of your partner, do look into these two fragrances. Since we are on the topic of vacation, I have also included a true coconut fragrance in here, which is Coco Paradise. It has the notes of salted coconut manoi, sugared neroli, and bronzed sandalwood. Now, this to me smells like a mix of At the Beach from Bath and Body Works and copper coconut sands mixed together. If the quantity of At the Beach was less and copper coconut sands was more, then Coco Paradise would be made out of it. And I prefer this over both of them. I'll tell you why. Because this is one coconut fragrance, one which is not synthetic on my skin. Two, it is like a very beautiful balance of a warm sandalwoody coconut along with fresh beachy notes. So I really like that about it, and I just really appreciate this take on a coconut fragrance. Nice balance of the freshness and the warmth and the powdery woodiness of sandalwood. It's a great balance of all the notes in here, and it truly smells like a golden beach babe. Again, what I say about Olympia, I'm saying the same thing about it, because the more I'm sniffing on it, it is kind of giving me a sexy beach vibe. So if that is something you're looking for and you're going on a honeymoon, you want to smell sexy, tropical, but in a slightly different way. Like if you want to smell like something which is not super sweet but then still sexy and coconutty and like a different take on a tropical fragrance, then do look into Cocoa Paradise, because this is something you will be really impressed with and you will smell really, really nice with it. Though I have tried keeping things very, very feminine and slightly on the fresher side of things in here, but I would still like to mention a gourmand, which is Shirro 71 from Sol de Janeiro, because how can I do my list without a gourmand fragrance? This has the notes of caramelized vanilla, sea salt, toasted macadamia nut, white chocolate, tonka bean, and coconut blossom. Let's say that you guys like gourmands. You guys really like those, chocolate like or warm cake like fragrances in bed, and you would really want to smell edible for him. You would want to smell like chocolate or cookies, like literally like warm vanilla cookies. If that is something you would want to smell like in bed for him, then do look into Shirosa 71. To my nose, this comes off as a very, very beautiful true gourmand mist in here. I know the prices on this are slightly high, but you definitely cannot go wrong with this. But if you are on a budget and you still would like to smell like cookies in bed, I would suggest you to look into Iced Sugar Plum, because this is just another fragrance which kind of smells like vanilla coconut cookies. This is like a lighter take on vanilla coconut cookies. This mostly smells like warm sweet coconut to me with a cookie background to it. So if budget is one issue and you would not like to spend 3000 rupees on a body mist, then do look into Iced Sugar Plum for a gourmand fragrance this season, because my job is to suggest you all kinds of fragrances. The next one that I would like to talk about is Almond Blossom and Oat Milk. I have brought back this fragrance, this body mist, so many times on the channel, but I still cannot get enough of it. There are other fragrances which are like true gourmands, like Basic Vanilla or Cocoa Vanilla from Victoria's Secret, but this one kind of stands out to me because pure gourmands are not everyone's preference. So people sometimes like it when fragrances are slightly on the perfumey side of things, and that is what is happening in here. It's a very, very comforting bedtime kind of fragrance which will kind of make you smell very zen, very calm, very sweet and nice. Like it's not super sweet. Let me just say this. It's a slightly floral take on a lactonic fragrance. That Almond Blossom is kind of adding a very, very slight florally perfuminess to it, to those oat milk notes. So the mix of these two is kind of making it a very calming and very beautiful kind of fragrance in here. Since this is not a true lactonic or milky fragrance and it's more like this creamy, florally sweet fragrance in here, it definitely will be a very, very good option, like a very classy and sexy but yet calming and zen kind of option for going to bed and smelling good in bed every single day beside your partner. So if smelling good is your priority and you want to smell good even in bed all the time, then do look into Almond Blossom and Oat Milk from Victoria's Secret, because this will be mild, this will be nice and calming and will not be overpowering but still slightly perfumey. It's a perfect balance of perfumey and calming notes in here. So it's a very, very comforting, relaxing kind of fragrance. Do look into this. Coming back to the freshies, I was confused between this one and another one, but I think I'm going to mention both of them. Let's talk about Emerald Mist first. It has the notes of fresh rainfall, sun-kissed pear, and blonde woods. This is a very, very beautiful fragrance in here. I just feel that it's a very beautiful, luxurious smelling soapy fragrance in here, which has the dry down of woodiness, which is very beautiful. It's not overly sweet. It's just the kind of sweet which is kind of making it feminine but classy and very luxurious smelling at the same time. And I would like to smell a bride on a fresh morning. Probably she's just out of the shower and she's keeping this in her bathroom and spraying this all over before coming out and smelling super good and fresh and luxurious and soapy at the same time. And you can always go through different kind of fragrances depending upon what time of the day. Probably early in the morning or right after the bath kind of fragrance can be emerald mist. Then in the day maybe you can put on something else, probably like Rouge Elixir. And then later on in the day, because not always do you want to put on perfumes, especially when you're in the house, and then later on at night you can put on something like almond blossom and oat milk. And I just feel that emerald mist is a luxurious, soapy, and classy kind of fragrance in here, which you must have if you are a bride and you want to smell like you just smell good right out of the shower. If you want to smell like that, do try emerald mist. And in the same line, I would like to talk about Amethyst Waves. I was not sure about this, but let me tell you a story. I was like, I'm not using these, I'm not reaching out for these, let me just put these on for a workout. I explained this as a warm berry fragrance when I first talked about it, but now that I'm wearing it, I am finding it to be very interesting. It's a warm and creamy take on a berry fragrance in which berry is not like literally like berries, it's more or less like a perfumey berry in here, which is mixed with a creamy and warm base. It is just another fragrance which is surprising me, and I am just not getting enough of it. I am reaching out for this again and again for my workout sessions, and I am really enjoying this, guys, and it lasts quite long. I'm really surprised with the longevity of this because I spray quite a lot. I go around spraying 15 sprays on myself, or maybe like 20 sprays in just one go. But that's what we do with body mist. So with that number of sprays, it's lasting me quite long. It's lasting me till the next day, and I'm really surprised with the longevity of this because initially when I got this, I was not feeling like it's a very long lasting fragrance, but right now I can say that it's quite lasting, and it's a very different take on a berry fragrance from Bath and Body Works. I have not smelled anything like this in Bath and Body Works, and I can say that this is an underrated fragrance by me, and I would like to correct that here right now. And I would like to say that it might sound simple from the notes, it might sound simple from what I'm explaining, but it's a very beautiful and a very different kind of fragrance in here, and I'm just really liking it and gravitating a lot towards it. Let's say you're getting married in winters and emerald mist is not something that you're considering because of its fresh, bright, luxurious shampooiness, or soapiness. So if that's not what you're going for, then do look into Amethyst Waves, because this is just another fresh kind of fragrance. Like, somehow it has the beautiful balance of that warm creaminess in it, along with it. Does it have the notes? Yes, it has the soft sandalwood, so it has that warm creamy woodiness to it, but still has the fresh bright perfuminess in the top from those dream berries. So it's a great balance in here, and this is definitely one fresh and warm at the same time kind of fragrance which you will not go wrong with in the winters, right in the morning, right out of the shower. So I've given you two options for these two different things. And now moving on to the next one, I would quickly like to talk about Kingdom Gorgeous, because I just cannot go without mentioning this fragrance. I do not have the notes written here, but what I remember is that it has the notes of strawberry nectar along with peony and some muskiness and freesia, if I'm not wrong. So it's a very feminine and very delicate feminine take on the original gingham, and it's like a sweet and delicate version of original gingham. Those peonies are kind of adding a very delicate and feminine feel to this fragrance, and the strawberry nectar is kind of adding a lot of bright, sharp sweetness to it, and it's just beautiful. It's a true bridal or a true delicate feminine fragrance in here. It literally just does smell like a bride to me, and I think among the floral fragrances for brides, this will top my list for sure. If you are a floral fragrance lover, and even if you're not a floral fragrance lover, let me just put it out there, you will end up liking this fragrance a lot because this is super feminine and delicate. This literally just smells like you touch somebody who is wearing this, they will crumble. They'll just, go into their shell. That is what it smells like to me. It's just like so pure and so innocent and beautiful and delicate at the same time that you must look into this. It's a gorgeous fragrance, as the name suggests, and the longevity on this is also quite good. The last one that I would like to mention is Bahamas Passion Fruit and Banana Flower, just another fragrance for a tropical vacation. So the name of this fragrance clearly tells you what is in here. It has passion fruit and banana flower in it, but what I smell is the frangipani flower. I hope I'm saying this right this time. I've always been calling it frangipani, but recently realized that it's frangipani. So yeah, that champaka fool, the spa flower. It kind of smells like that, but with a luxurious soapiness in the background, and then some pulpy fruitiness to it with some fleshy florals, but still the muskiness in the base is kind of adding a sharpness to it along with all those things that I'm talking about. So this is the fragrance you just cannot go wrong with. This will make you smell luxurious, rich, expensive, and super feminine and tropical at the same time. So this kind of gives me a beach house kind of vibe, or a woman walking out of a spa who is on a vacation and smelling super good and smelling of these spa products. That is what it makes me think of. And it's a beautiful fragrance to be considering if you're going on a vacation, if you don't want to look in the direction of the other fragrances that I mentioned, or probably you just want to buy different fragrances and you want to carry plastic bottles and smell different on different days. So depending upon your preference, you can buy those fragrances. Then that is my list for the bridal body mists and fragrances. I really hope that this video somehow helped you. Leave some bridal emojis and some wedding emojis in the comments section. I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep looking beautiful, keep smelling good. Have a great day all. Bye bye. Mwah.